Well, this is a Fox News alert. We're getting brand new audio obtained by the Daily Mail of the North Carolina stabbing suspect. He's speaking with his sister from his jail cell. Listen to this.
So you said something in your body did what?
Nah, the material, put it like this, the material used my body to stab the lady.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah. You know that's not me. I'm talking about just for no reason. But since they did that, now they got to investigate the material my body exposed to. Since they want to do all that, now they got to investigate.
It's funny because she's from the Ukraine. She's from Russia, and you know they got a war. They had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand, out of all people, why her?
It ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened. They lashed out on her. Whoever was working the material, they lashed out on her.
You know, Harris, the Daily Mail says that is Tracy Brown, his sister. Tracy Brown told CNN that multiple times her brother told her that the government had implanted a chip in him. We also know that January, according to the Charlotte Observer, police conducted a welfare check on Brown, and he asked them to investigate, quote, a man-made material inside his body that was controlling his actions.
Well, and he had made a number of misusing, I should say. The 911 system made a number of calls to that system. That was one of the misdemeanors that he was most recently picked up on. And I don't know the texture yet of those calls, but those should be gettable as well. I think we should probably hear those and see if there's any kind of commonality in terms of how he blames this man-made material inside himself for other things that he's doing. The family is involved. You mentioned Tracy Brown. His brother is quoted to have said, I didn't even know he had mental problems. You can't just let him walk free, especially because of mental issues. Jeremiah said, yeah, this is difficult for that family because some members knew, some members maybe didn't, but they all knew he had some kind of a problem. And now where do you put him? You know, and my big question is, if he's not fit to stand trial, and Kevin, you and I were just talking about this, his crimes date back that we know of to 2007 when he was first committing. That's 18 years ago. And if he's had a problem incrementally or consistently throughout all these years, what happened to the 5+ years he was in prison doing hard time? Like, was he like this then? Do we put him in prison if he's found guilty with all the tape and evidence and everything they have against him? Or do we put him someplace else? And what is that someplace else, and who pays for that? I mean, there are big questions now about this type of individual in our constellation as a free society. I don't know the answers.
Martha, and multiple family members tried to intervene and tried to fix this. Joe Bruno, a local reporter, said the mother told him Brown's mom says the court should have never let her son be out in the community knowing he had mental health issues in previous arrests.
Yeah, and I go back to what you said initially, Kaylee. Then you go back to the judges. That's what judges are supposed to do. Use their discretion. Look at the person in front of you. Does this person pose a threat to society? In that case, you do not let them back on the street. You figure out a way, whether it's they're mentally incapable of being in society, you lock them up in a mental institution. There are 4 institutions in the state of North Carolina that where this person could have been incarcerated, locked up, whatever you want to call it. But this is clearly, the family was making it clear that they felt he should not be free. He knew he shouldn't be free. And, you know, he's saying all these crazy things, like, you know, he's being led to do all this stuff. Son of Sam said a dog made him do it. This is schizophrenia. He's ill and he's a criminal. He can't be on the street.
And had violence in his past. One of the episodes was assaulting his sister. He did have episodes of violence.
The family knew he should be locked up. My question is for the judge, who was advocating not to lock him up?
Right.
Why did they make that decision?
That's a great question.
His mother kicked him out of the house.
Everybody's requesting him to be put up for their own protection.
Yeah. Seems like everyone was on the same page, Leslie, except the magistrate judge.
I don't understand why the judges make these decisions, but I do understand some of it. You said, I'm not a doctor, but I would agree with you that this does have the complete bookmark of schizophrenia. One of my dear friends, her brother is schizophrenic. There seems to be a pattern of paranoia, believing that government or people in authority have put things in their body. things with metal. You'll often see people walk down the street with an umbrella with aluminum foil on it. They believe in rays and, people telling them to do things. We need to put more funding into research, into housing facilities for individuals that clearly cannot be in our society because they are violent based on this mental.
Yeah, and as you've said, none of us are doctors. We don't know his medical state. We also don't know what the judge had before her, but we do know one thing. She had 14 arrests before her. There had been 14 arrests.
Well, what I had before me goes back 18 years, so it can't be that hard to have something before you. And not everything is admissible to every case, which you could read up, Buttercup. I would say this, identifying it at an early enough stage to meet it with those answers, I think is critical. I mean, we have to work that into the system.
Prevention.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get and law enforcement is your best, those are your best eyes in the game. There's a sheriff in Colorado I was reading about today, and he is putting the warning out that if jail is not the option and you have no other place to put them, we have to start asking the question, what do we do to be part of the prevention of these things?
As Iryna Zarutska should still be here. There were 14
Absolutely.
opportunities to stop this man, and none of them were
Involuntary
taken.
commitment.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.